Hi everyone. Friends, in one of my previous videos, I talked to you about how to give a vote of thanks. And thank you very much for the encouraging response all of you have given for that video. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to give a welcome speech. Now, these two are diametrically opposite. A vote of thanks is given right at the end of a seminar or a conclave, and a welcome speech is given right at the beginning. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about 6 steps which you should keep in mind if you're giving a welcome speech. Now, friends, whether you are onboarding new employees or whether you are welcoming clients or external vendors to a particular seminar or a conclave which is happening in your office, please remember that a welcome speech is the first impression. And you must have heard that a first impression is always the last impression, right? Now, a well done welcome speech will set the right tone for the seminar or the conclave which is supposed to follow. But a bad welcome speech can really disappoint the audience, and they might think that if the welcome speech is so bad, what do we really look forward to the rest of the day? So it is very important that you get that first impression, that welcome speech correct. Okay. So I'm going to give you 6 points which you need to remember if you are invited to give a welcome speech, right? And I have my points written down out here. I'll just be looking away for a few seconds to look at those points. So the first point is start with a strong introduction, right? This is step 1. And within every step, I will give you various points. Step 1 is start with a strong introduction. Now, within this, first of all, you need to have the right energy, right? You need to be full of energy. You can't sound dull, right? If you are the first speaker, remember you're the first speaker. You are the person giving the first impression of the organization. Your voice needs to be full of energy. That's number 1. Number 2, introduce yourself. Right? You could say something like, my name is Rohan Ahuja and I'm the operations director of XYZ Tech Solutions, and welcome to this particular conclave. And step number 3 is set the clear purpose, right? You could say that, welcome to this conclave or the seminar organized by AI Tech Solutions on the future of AI in 2026, right? So you have set the clear purpose. So that is step number 1, a strong introduction within which you have the right energy. You introduce yourself with your name and your designation. And number 3, you set the clear purpose. So that is step 1. Step number 2 is acknowledge VIPs and important people. Now that's very important. Please remember that if you have invited a chief guest for this particular function, who is a politician, a bureaucrat, right? Or maybe a CEO of a large company, to come and give the keynote speech or start the function. Now you have to acknowledge this person by his name, right? You have to say something like, I thank Mr. Arun Mishra, who is the president of the Bombay Chambers of Commerce, and he has consented and taken time to come for this particular function. So you have to acknowledge the VIPs by their name. That's number 1. Number 2, acknowledge some of the important people who have come, who matter to you. So let's say you have certain clients and certain external vendors who have come for this particular function, right? If it's 1 or 2 clients, you can name them. If there are more clients, you can just say that we welcome our clients from New York and Chicago or from this particular place, and they have been kind enough to come for their time. So acknowledge the important people who have come for this particular function, right? And number 3 is thank them for their time. Thank the VIP for his time. Thank the important people for their time, because they have taken time from their busy schedule and come for your seminar or a conclave. So that's point number 2. Acknowledge VIPs and important people. Acknowledge the VIP by his or her name, right? Acknowledge important people and also thank them for their time. So that is step number 2. Step number 3 is talk about give an organization overview. Now, friends, this may or may not be necessary. But if you're giving an organization overview, keep it very brief. Don't start talking about bars and charts and, data, start throwing data right at the beginning, because please remember, this is a welcome speech. You could just throw in a story out there. You could just say things like, we are very proud of an organization which started about 25 years back from a humble 500 square feet office and today has grown to about 2,000 employees. And leave it at that. Right? Don't get into numbers and statistics and all that. So if you're giving an organization overview, keep it brief and put a story out there, right? Don't get into numbers and statistics out there, because that could get very boring right at the beginning. Because please remember, this is a welcome speech. So number 3, organization overview. If required, keep it very brief. Number 4, set clear expectations. Right? Now the audience, if it's a full day event, the audience would like to know what's there in the schedule. So what are the things you need to remember and set clear expectations? Now tell the audience what is going to happen. Okay. So you could use words like over the next few years, or over the next few hours, right? Or, we are going to start with our CEO who's going to give a brief overview. Next, we're going to be this person. We'll break for lunch. So give them the schedule, but keep it brief, right? So they get an idea as to what is going to follow for the entire day. When is the lunch break? When do they break for tea? And blah, 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 right? So keep it very brief. If you have to give them the schedule, don't go into the details, and set the tone, right? Keep it warm and friendly. Just say that it's a very interactive organization. It's a very interactive event. If you have any questions, please feel free. However, if the group is very large, you can tell them that there are people with mics standing on all the sides. If you have a question, please ask for the mic. Okay, so set the tone, make it very informal and friendly. Okay, don't make it very uptight. So that is point number 4, where you set clear expectations. Give them an idea of the agenda and set the tone for that. Okay, so that's point number 4, which is clear expectations. Point number 5 is create some excitement and energy, right? You could now say things like that today we are going to unveil a new product, which has been, and we have been doing research and development on this particular product for the last 5 years, and you are going to be the first one to see it, right? We will unveil this after the lunch break. So please do come back from the lunch break on time. So what have you done? You have created a hook out there. You have created some excitement and some energy, and the audience will now look forward that what are you going to unveil, which has been under research and development for the last 5 years. So that's point number 5. Create some excitement and energy. Point number 6, and which is the final point, is give a smooth transition. Now this is where you are coming to the end. Okay, you say that, thank you very much for your time today. I welcome everyone. And with that, I would like to now invite our CEO who's going to talk on blah, blah, blah. Or if it's going to be an activity, you could say something like, please direct your attention towards the screen or towards the stage where we're going to have a small activity and demonstrate a new product, right? So what are you doing? You're doing a smooth transition to the next event. So friends, let me summarize what I have said in a welcome speech for you. Number 1, you have to make a strong opening. Okay, within the strong opening, you need to have energy. You need to introduce yourself, and you need to set a clear purpose. Point number 2 is acknowledge VIPs with their name and their designation, and acknowledge important people if they are less in number, right? Otherwise, you could take their names also and thank them for their time. That's point number 2. Point number 3 is organization overview. I mentioned only if this is required, but if you're doing it, do it in the form of a story. Share some, things like how your company has grown over the last 25 years in about 1 or 2 lines and leave it there. Number 4, set clear expectations, right? Let the audience know what is going to follow, what is the agenda like, but you have to keep it brief. You can't get into too much of detail, right? Give them an idea as to what the day is going to look like. Number 5, create some excitement and energy. Long events like a full day seminar where a lot of people are going to come and speak can get a little boring for people. So if you have this little energy and excitement thrown in, as I gave the example of that particular product which you're going to launch, which has been in research for the last 5 years, create something like that for the audience to look forward to it, right? And point number 6, the final point is that do a smooth transition to the next speaker, whoever is going to come and speak after you. With this, I hand over to Mr. or I invite a CEO, or please direct your attention towards the stage where we are going to unveil a new model or a new product which has been a market leader, blah, 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 right? So these are the 6 points you need to remember if you're ever invited to give a welcome speech. So friends, I hope you have liked this particular video. If you have, please do give me a like, and please do press the bell, subscribe to my channel, because I keep coming up with these videos like these to help you improve your communication skills. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.